All right, so we're gonna talk today about going into a car lot and buying a car. We are basically trying to approach this thing without you getting ripped off. It's not a really complicated subject, but this is a predatory industry. So the first thing you got to do is look at value. Okay, so it's called loan to value. It really is a simple concept, but it's been set up to complicate it. So loan to value just means that you don't have to put anything down if the car is worth the money. Okay. So they give you up to 120% of the value of the car, depending on your credit. And there is tiers to this. We actually show you a chart. Credit unions have a chart. And depending on your credit, they will give you up to 120% of the value. That means that if the car is worth 20,000, they're giving it to you for 18, that you're under 100% of the value. If it's worth 10 and they're giving it to you for 12,000, then you're 120%. But you shouldn't buy that car because they're ripping you off with $2,000. All you want is to be under Blue Book. So it just don't complicate it. They're like, oh, the years, the miles, the model. That's all that matters. The life of the car is the miles, so be careful. You should want to get cars under 50,000 miles, depending on the price. Anything under 20,000, you get something with 70, even 80,000. You do 15,000 miles per year. Just keep that in mind. You never want to pay out cars, but we'll talk about that later. For now, I just want to give you the simple understanding of how to approach a dealership. Do not ask these two questions: how much down and what's my payment going to be? Please stop doing that, because that tells me you don't know how to buy. So that's going to be, typically, if I was a typical dealer, I'm just going to go out there and just check your credit and see where you're at and not waste my time with you, right? Because that's what they do. If your credit's really high, now you're their best friend. Their eyes get big and all of a sudden they're pushing your really expensive cars. So start with Blue Book, and then the screen back here, this is called transparency. See that? These are numbers. Why aren't they showing you this? Why are you guys even tolerating wasting your time? Your value of time is very important. It shouldn't be one dealer you go into, but if it's online and they tell you a price, right, it's a hook. So I heard a lot of people, oh, your price over there is a lot cheaper than yours, so we'll go over there. By the time you're done 2-3 hours, you're going to see the numbers go up a lot drastically, and they're going to show you numbers, they're going to check your credit, and you're going to come out there pissed off. And then when you do want to get your car, your credit's so low that you will have to need a down payment probably, okay? So again, Blue Book, transparency, they can show you what's a price out the door, which should just be tax and registration, okay? And then they can show you a payment based on the terms and interest. They can move the interest rate. We have a chart right here that we show you, and then it shows you right there what the interest is going to be, and it's based on also how much you finance. So anything from 9 to 16,000 out the door, the bank will only offer you 60 months. That's 5 years. Anything from 16 to 25,000 out the door, they will offer you 6 years, which is 75 months. Anything over 25,000, it could be 100,000, 80,000. It doesn't matter. The maximum that the bank will offer you is 7-year terms. Okay, so that means that if you get a car over 26, like barely at 26, that's probably the lowest payment you're gonna get, because they will do 84 months. All right, because the longer the term, the lower the payment, and obviously the interest is very important. You could always refinance, but if you don't have the value of the car, let's say that they ripped you off, okay, you got emotional, you didn't follow these instructions. So if the car was worth 20,000, they sold it to you for 24, and then that's 4,000 already over book. Now they're gonna add a bunch of stuff into it, and then tax and registration, you're out the door at 31. So that means that the car is gonna depreciate, because all cars depreciate. So in, let's say, 2 years, 3 years, you wanna trade it in. Guess what? You're probably gonna owe still like 24,000, and now the car is only worth 16. So your credit's really good. The bank will say, yeah, we can refinance you, right? Or if you want to trade it in, again, I'm sorry. What's going to happen is that negative equity is going to be put onto another loan. Why? Because you got ripped off. The loan is not worth the car. So if you bought it under Blue Book, right, and you're out the door at book, that means that if you bring it back 2-3 years from now, the loan that you have is worth the car. As long as your interest is not really high, because then you're going to give a lot of it to the interest. So that's what you want to refinance, okay? And refinancing means that the bank will give you the value of the car. But if you're upside down, they're going to want you to pay some of that down, okay? So be careful with that, please. It's a very simple. I don't have to go through it for too long. Value, right? Transparency, and have them give you some warranty. I mean, Carfax not 100% accurate. Make sure they give you 7 days. Make sure they give you some time to go check it out with your own body shop. Don't take their word when it comes to inspections. Just get all checked out. All right. If you have any questions, we're here to help at your one-stop auto sales. We are here and we do everything online. We'll have videos to explain credit, how to work your credit, how to raise your credit, and what loan to value is, more in detail, debt to income, stuff like that. So you can never be ripped off, man. This is a second or third largest expense in your lifetime, okay, besides your home and education. Except this is a depreciating asset, okay? So you need to understand it because it's a lot of money. You're not buying hamburgers here, okay? You're not doing them a favor. They're not doing you a favor. They should have some respect. They show you stuff instead of just talking to you about it, okay? All right, take care.